I'm Kathy from the Nutrition Foundation. I just wanted to show you a few snacks because very soon we're going to be able to have lots of people over to have a little drink with us. So the first one I'm going to do is some baked nuts. In here I've got some almonds, some cashews, some walnuts and some pumpkin seeds. You can do pecan nuts, you can do whatever you like. Okay, so I've got those there. In here, I'm just going to heat these. I've got 2 tablespoons of butter, 2 tablespoons of maple syrup. What else have I got in here? Some salt, a teaspoon and a half of salt, a teaspoonful of vanilla, and a quarter of a teaspoon of cayenne pepper. Don't overdo that, it'll get too hot. Okay, so I'm going to let that melt, and then we're going to stir it through the nuts. I'll come back to those. So another one quite nice this time of year is olives. Olives are always good, and you can heat them, and that just makes them that little bit more special. In here I've got some olives, as much as you like. I've got some fennel seeds, clove of garlic, some thyme, and again a little pinch of chili flakes. We're just going to heat those gently on the stove, and they'll warm through and be delicious. Oh, and a glug of olive oil. You need a glug of olive oil in there. Okay, so I'm just going to heat those just gently. And we'll let those just sit there. Okay. Nearly melted. So we're just going to stir this up. Try and get them and I've poured this on, we want to get them back to that, so more or less in a one layer. Come on, butter. Okay, while it's just melting, I'll just tell you what we're going to do after that. We're going to make some veggie crisps. Now I've already done some here. I've done parsnips and carrots. So you need to peel them, obviously. Then with a peeler, just make nice thin strips. Okay, not going to do too many because I've already got some there. And the same with the carrot. If you've got a mandolin, even better, you can just whiz them through on that. You can do beetroot as well. Okay, but what you must do is give them a dry. Otherwise they'll spit when you put them in the oven. Okay. Oh, I think we can go back to the nuts. Right, so there we are, got our nice nut mixture. We've got the salt, butter, just going to drizzle that over. Stir through. All nice and coated. So we're going to pop these in the oven, but I'm not going to do that today. But you can pop them in the oven, 160. They take about half an hour to do. So up to 10 minutes, you need to give them a stir around, otherwise they're going to burn. And then another 5 minutes after that, another 5 minutes. Just keep your eye on them, giving them a turn. When they're nice and brown, such as these here, then they're done. So last week we talked about making gifts. Again, another really neat gift, because these will keep in a box for a couple of months. They'll be fine. Okay, so I'm just going to pop those over here. We're going to deal with those later. And bring the olives over to the smaller one. Okay, back to the crisps. Again, dry them. Pop them into this bowl. So you need a little bit of olive oil. You don't want a lot. A sprinkle. I like to keep them separate because they do take different times really to cook. The carrots will probably cook a little bit quicker than the parsnip. Okay, give them a good stir around, get them coated. I'm going to pop them onto this tray. Again, you want to keep them separate as you can, and so that they'll crisp up. And carrots. Now these you're going to do at on a fan bake 200, and they'll probably take 5-6 minutes. Keep your eye on them and pull them out again when they're done. Okay. Sprinkle them with a little bit of salt when you're done, and they're delicious. Shake. Okay, next one I'm going to show you is just turn it over. Asparagus rolls. So I cooked some asparagus. You can use a tin if you like, but asparagus season's here. And I've taken the crust off some bread and I've spread it with some cream cheese. I'm just going to pop, doing them either end because we're going to cut them in the middle, so you get 2 out of each one. Okay, give them a roll up. Again, these are going to go into the oven. Tray. Obviously you're going to do a lot more than me, I'm just showing you a few. Just going to give them a little spray with the oil. That will help them brown up. So again, those go in the oven 190 for about 20 minutes, and then come out and I'll show you what we're doing when I show you the finished tray. Okay, so what would I like to show you next? I will show you pear and prosciutto roll. If you haven't got a nice little sharp knife, these are really good. They're Victorinox. Okay, so I've got pear today because it's not melon season. Really good with melon, but pear's pretty good. Just going to slice those. Got some prosciutto, which is a cured ham. Just roll it up. Pop in a skewer. Skewer. One more. Okay. Finish those later. Okay, so another one I've got, a nice little skewer thing too, is basil, bocconcini, which is a little mozzarella, and some cherry tomatoes. Okay, so I've chopped these in half. So we're just going to skewer through the middle. Fold a basil leaf in half, pop it underneath, and a cherry tomato. There. Basil leaf. I like to just give these a little ground pepper on the top. Okay. Oh. Put those on the platter in a minute. Another one. Here we go. I've got some cucumber and some smoked salmon. You could use hot smoked salmon. I quite like to use this cold one. So I've got some cucumber and I have peeled them. I've got this nifty little tool that my mum gave me, which is a tomato corer. This is very useful, but a spoon is fine. Pop that out. Okay, so we've got 3 little receptacles. So I've got some creme fraiche here, but you could use cream cheese, you could use ricotta. So I'm just going to pop a little bit in there. A little bit in there. Okay. I used a telegraph cucumber too, but Lebanese cucumbers are quite good. Okay, so I've just got a piece of smoked salmon. Just going to roll it up, pop it on the top. You could use that red caviar, you know, the red little balls. That would be pretty special. You could also, if you like, you could also mix a little bit of horseradish and lemon into the creme fraiche. It would make it really nice. Again, just going to, a little bit of grated pepper on the top. Okay, I can smell these olives, they're smelling delicious. Just going to pop those into the bowl. Just have some little toothpicks by the side of it. That'll be delicious. Okay, have I done everything? I think I have. I'll show you one that I done earlier, and I'll just add these to it. There's the prosciutto rolls. So, coming from this end, we've got the Bocconcini. They're called caprese skewers. Really lovely. The prosciutto and pear or melon when it's in season. Here we've got the baked asparagus rolls. So I've toasted those. They're nice and crispy and toasty. Need to be eaten warm. This one here I've just added. It's these are figs, and I've just filled them with a little bit of ricotta. Again, you can use dates, the nice fresh dates, not the dried ones that you get in the packets, but the fresh ones that you'll find in the chiller. And you can use cream cheese, you could use ricotta, you could use a brie, little wedge, anything like that. Then I've got the veggie crisps here, the nuts. I've put these into individual containers that people can then take one for themselves, just because these days we just need to be more careful with our hygiene. Or put them in a bowl and have a little spoon there that they can take one. And finally, the cucumber and salmon. And, of course, the olives. I do hope that's given you some inspiration for something to nibble on once we get out of lockdown. Okay, I'll see you again soon. Bye.